Hey there you, this is Miss Fu, and it's the Monday right before the pre-release, so the entire set is in fact spoiled. So I'm going to be doing like I always do, go over every single color, give you guys thoughts, mostly centered around the pre-release and for future drafts. So keep that in mind when if I say a card is good, it's not necessarily good in standard. Now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and look through. So you have Aerial Maneuver. It's an instant speed, +1/+1 flying first strike till end of turn. It seems like a decent combat trick. First strike is probably the more relevant one than the flying, but meh. Next is Angelic Edict. Exile target creature or enchantment. It's a lot like the spell from Rites of the Eldrazi that was 5 exile target creature or artifact, I believe it was. Iona's Judgment, I believe it was. Probably quite good in limited, depends how slow the format is. I think with both Boros and Gruul, you got to be a little bit careful on it, but in sealed, certainly, you know, it's a removal spell. Angelic Skirmisher is a limited bomb because it's a 4 for a flyer for 6 and it just work. Assault Griffin, a 3/2 flyer for 4 is okay. You'll see why the 2 toughness does a lot. Basilica Guards, I mentioned before, seems quite good. Blind Obedience, nah, as well. I mean, the Extorts is probably the more relevant part in limited. Boros Elite is almost the only way you want to play is if you have the dedicated battalion deck, and even then it's okay, I guess. Next, you have Court Street Denizen. Depends how white you are to make this good, but it's a 3-mana 2/2 that whenever another white creature enters the battlefield under your control, tap target creature. An opponent controls, but probably a creature that, you know, yeah. So, you know, seems okay. We have Daring Skyjack, 2-mana 3/1 battalion that if it has battalion against flying, it's so sketchy, the 1 toughness, it really is. Next you have Debtor's Pulpit, which is, it's okay. The thing is, it's not like Abyssinian Priest or Gideon's Lawkeeper or anything like that because it's 5 mana for it. Yes, you don't have to pay a creature that can get killed or something. But you're basically, as I said, it's pay 1 mana, tap a creature. I don't think it's as good as it is because of that 5 mana. You want to be able to really tap stuff in the early game, I think. Dutiful Thrall is a 1-mana 1/1 regenerate. Don't play it. Frontline Medic, well, it's Medic. It's definitely going to see standard play and probably good in limited. Gideon's also good in limited because Planeswalkers are. Guardian of the Gateless is a 4-mana 3/3 or 5-mana 3/3 flyer, which right there is okay enough. There's a lot of good 5-mana 3/3 flyers. It can block any number of creatures, and whenever it blocks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature it's blocking. So definitely quite playable. It's a good thing they made it uncommon, but yeah, this is definitely a strong card. Again, depends how fast the format, depends how good it is, but definitely 5-mana 3/3 flyers are good. Guildscorn Ward is protection from multicolored for an achievement. Hold the Gates is very interesting. I mean, it's basically 3-mana creatures you control get +0/+1 and Vigilance. Because you probably won't get too many gates, but it's certainly very interesting. If you have a lot of gates, it could be quite good. Holy Mantle, +2/+2 pro creatures. I mean, it's not as good as the one from M12, I believe, Spirit Mantle, I believe it was. But it could be okay. I'm not sure. I hate that it's just another. It's a good thing this enchantment's a little bit more expensive. Otherwise, the band's hexproof deck is just frustrating. Knight of Obligation seems quite good. It's a 2/4 for 4 with Extort. Not as good as a 2/4 Flash for 4, so keep that in mind. But I like its flavor. You can calculate interest to 6 decimal places, even in the midst of a deadly duel. Like, that's just so much like me. Night Watch is a 5-mana, put 2 2/2s with Vigilance. It's okay. Not anything better than that. Illuminate Primordial is quite good. Murder Investigation's okay. Not any more than that. Nav Squad Commandos is a 5-mana 3/5 with Battalion that if it and 2 other creatures attack, it gets +1/+1 and untap it, which is meh, not anymore. Righteous Charge is a reprint that seems decent with Boros. Like, you just wreck somebody with Righteous Charge. I can imagine that deck's going to exist. Shielded Passage is okay. It's like a counter removal spell. Smite is quite good. Destroy target blocked creature. Like, That's great. And the art is just hysterical. Syndic of Tide, the Extort Bear is pretty good. Urber's Protector, and not so much. 6 mana for 4/4 flying token, and then a 1/1, which is dorky. And then we have a Zarichi Tiger, 4 mana 2/3 that you can gain 2 life for 2 mana tap, which is meh. I think the 2/3 body is actually more relevant than anything else. Okay, that's it for white. Thank you guys for watching, and keep your eyes open for the other parts.